What's up, everybody? We are cooking again today. I didn't get the music thing sorted because I didn't get time. But that's okay, don't worry about it. For some reason my camera is graying out. Definitely not normal at all. But that's right. You're going to get echo if not careful. There we go, let's solve that out. We cooked again today. Today is going to be Penne and stuff. It's that simple, eh? Really wish I got the music thing sorted. I'd be a lot more lively with that. It feels really weird when dead silent. Like for YouTube shorts, that's fine, but for this, it's a little bit odd. But that's okay, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Let us make some food, because we can do that once I get my scenes working. I haven't checked everything today. I got a little bit, unfortunately, delayed with some stuff. But this might work, it might not work. It's close enough, you can see most of it. Let's get the ingredients. Let's not do that. Let's get the side tear first and see if it wants to work. Again, I haven't actually tested anything, so it did. We're good. Hooray! So we are making a pretty simple penne today. It's not all that tricky this time around. We have the penne here, you can see. We have salmon's in the fridge. I'll get that out later on. We have green beans, which I've got on my cutting board already. We have an antipasto mix, half a cup of that. We've got a clove of garlic we've got to crush. You can always use more if you want. I always recommend more anyway, but I only have one on me. 2 small tomatoes, like Roma tomatoes, some shaved parmesan, and rocket. You can replace it with spinach if you like. I probably recommend it, but I didn't have spinach. I only had rocket. So that's just going to be what we work with, because that is what we have. And that's just the way that is. That's just the way that is. So let's get into it pretty early on, because I'm actually really hungry. So I wouldn't mind starting up sooner rather than later. That's the first step. Hopefully I got this right. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to prepare everything, which is pretty straightforward. It's not like that's exactly really hard, hey, to prepare green beans. Just top and tail them. It's not exactly too tricky. We'll do them one at a time because we can take our time. We can be, you know, I'm not in a particular rush. We're not doing Genshin till like 8 PM tonight. We've got heaps of time. Heaps of time. I've got to hit record, that's okay. We're still learning with these anyway. Oh. Well, man. Had to sneeze and didn't get the chance to mute it in time. Hey Jody, how you doing? Jody on Facebook saying hello. I gotta remember I gotta mention each channel because I'm streaming like 4 or 5 places at once. But that's okay. I've got the Facebook page, and then the Facebook personal account, and then YouTube, and then I tried Trovo, but I don't think it worked, so oh well, that's fine. Not exactly too hard. That's about all the prep I've got to do. This one is really light preparation. There's very little preparation you need to do for this meal, which is good. What we did yesterday was a bit more prep heavy. So we have our green beans, we're going to set them aside. We have our clove of garlic here, which we're just going to crush. Depending what kind of crusher you like to use. I've got this one here, which I'll seems simple, but I like this one because you just, gravity does the work for you. So you just go on this and then just press gravity down and done. Normally with those like garlic crushes you have to force it quite a bit and it's just a pain to force them. So this one though, gravity does the work for you. So you just crush it through. Boom, there you go, easy. Nothing to worry about there. So we're just going to leave it in there because there's no real need for me to take it out of that. So I'm just going to leave it like that and chuck it to the side. Antipasto mix is just this stuff here. As you can see, it's kind of like, I'm going to put these, I should have another plate for them. I'm just going to chuck them in this little Pikachu bowl for now. Because why not? I need a little bit of cuteness as we cook. Just a bit. Just a bit's fine. Just a bit is fine. Now, we have the antipasto mix here as well, which I've already drained. You probably want to do that if you get it, because otherwise you can taste it. You're going to roughly chop this up, not too much. Just going to halve the olives, really. Just a little bit, because you don't want to be eating whole olives at once. Just a little bit of rough cutting. Not too much. What do you guys like to make in pasta, or with your pasta? I'd love to know. Now, hopefully, in a couple of days, I'll get like music and stuff sorted too. So it's a bit more chill, something to listen to in the background, so it's not just me talking. Just put your favourite music on with whatever you're doing. That works too. That works just fine. You can do that if you want. Alright, cool. I'm actually not a huge olive fan, but so I'm going to cut my olives up way more. You don't have to do this. You can just chop them up. Like olive when it's really fine. Otherwise, I don't really like it huge amounts. So, like, it needs to be ultra concentrated for me. So I'm pretty much just going to chop and mash the heck out of it, just because it makes it a bit easier for me to I don't get like that massive salty explosion of olive tasting. So I'm just going to do this, just kind of crush up a little bit, and then I'll go a bit harder on chopping. It's going to look like I'm mushed really because these were Antipasto olives, so they kind of don't cut all that well. Which is a shame because the knife is sharp. That's okay. It's alright. I just want to make sure I can stir it around the penne and it'll be a little less obvious. It'll still be there, of course. I just don't want it to overwhelm my taste buds a little bit. Because it'll do that. And that'll like kind of ruin the rest of the dish for me. I don't want that. But you can do what you like. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's half one there. Got a couple on here, which are half still. That'll probably do. It's like, you know, pretty fine, but not crazy fine. Like, I'll be okay with that. That's fine for me. Which is, you know, good enough. Alright, cool. Next step. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. And I did that in the wrong order, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. Pretty much going to be cooking the pasta. The pasta's gonna, I probably should have done this first, because the pasta's going to take some time. Just need to boil the water. We haven't done that yet. So we can get that ready. Just some salt and water. We're going to wait for that. We'll do some other preparation in the meantime where we can, if we can. Haven't got a huge amount we can do. But we will try. We will try. Turn you on. If you want to work, there we go. Set you to the water boil section. Oops, too far. Lots of beeping. We'll wait, do it again. There we go. One do I get that right. Chuck some salt in there. I'm being lazy, so I'm just going to use the water grinder because I'm lazy. But that's okay. Don't worry about it. So we're going to let that boil. In my case, it's 9 minutes, but with your own pasta, follow packet directions and you'll be laughing. As we go to stage 3, which is cooking the salmon. Now we can't do this at the same time, unfortunately. Like, ideally you want to do these concurrently. Because I don't have that option, because I've only got one induction, we're going to do it one step at a time. So my pasta's going to be cold. I'm going to cover it, but you know, we'll make it work. So basically we're going to be doing this, and then cooking the salmon, and then cooking the garlic and some other stuff after it. So it's going to be a 3-step procedure. Normally you would, you know, we're pretty much going to be chilling for like 10 minutes. Because I already have all the prep work done here. This one is really, really easy. The only prep work you do is to mix up. You rinse the rocket, you chop the green beans, and you mash some garlic. And then that's it. That is all you need to do. This is a really, really, really simple meal. It looks good. And then the salmon, which I guess I'll get the salmon out now. I can get that ready. We can do that. There we go. A couple of nice big chunks of salmon on here. We're going to cook them in larger chunks, and then we'll pull them apart into smaller chunks when they're done. Because we're going to stir it through the pasta. If that makes sense. Should. Be careful, get this out. Don't want liquid going everywhere. See, we get. Right. Right, so we've got these. I'm going to leave these for now. Do I want to tap them? Do I want to dry them off? I might dry them off actually. We don't have to do this again. I like to, because I'm going to season them, because why not? I'm one of them people that everything needs salt and pepper, even though it doesn't. It needs it anyway. And it doesn't really work with pasta all that well. I like it, so... And really it comes down to not what works, but what you like. When it comes to cooking, right? So pat it down one side, pat down the other side. Now that was going to be an olive on it, it's fine, don't worry about it. Pat this down. Right. And then we can pepper these up a little bit. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Okay, that's just what I like. We'll do a little bit, won't do too much. Again, it's not really designed for it. This meal is kind of going to conflict a little bit, but I like a little bit of kick. Now, and I'm going to use lemon juice as well. You don't have to. The recipe, quote unquote, doesn't call for it, but it works. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. As we cook away. me quickly check YouTube chat to make sure it's working. No, we good. It was just being weird. We good. It was just being weird. Don't worry about it. Yep, so I'm going to wait for this pasta to boil, in which case I might as well go back to step 2, because we're still waiting on that. This will boil pretty quickly. The benefit of induction is it cooks real fast. Like, ups and downs. For boiling, it's ultra quick to do. For frying anything, you definitely need to go lower than it says. Like, there's like a medium option here, and there's absolutely a high. So you need to be very careful. It's very easy to burn your stuff without realizing. I've done it almost every time I've used it. I've just gotten the hang of just putting it ultra low and kind of just doing things a little bit longer and playing it safer. This might boil over as well, but that's fine, don't worry about it. It's not going to matter. As we get it through. So the idea will be basically cook it, get the rocket, turn the column, stir it all through, and then top with cheese at the end, and then black pepper in the middle, olive oil, and you're done. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, this one's an easy one. An easy one. There's nothing wrong with easy ones. For those of you who maybe don't do as much cooking and want to like just start, this is a really good one to start with because it's nice and simple. And you kind of can't. You can mess up the salmon, but that's about it. But if you pay attention to it, you'll be fine. Speaking of salmon, I'm going to need these. I want to flatten it and I put it on there. Now the recipe says 3 to 4 minutes on each side. That's kind of really weird for salmon, but because we're using it as cubes in a pasta, it makes enough sense. So I'm going to do that anyway, and we'll just kind of like make it work, I suppose. Shulmort slippers giving out the feet for free. What am I doing? But yeah, I need something to press the salmon down, otherwise it curls up and doesn't cook evenly. Right, cool, we've got boiling water in we go. See? That. And then it is 6:13, so at about 6:24, it'll be done. In the meantime, we're going to oil this frying pan. Need to oil it up. I have a bad habit when it comes to fish not using enough oil. So, I'm just going to actually pour some in instead of doing what I normally do, which is like using my oil sprayer, because that's a little bit inefficient. So, that's more than enough. Not too much. It's fine, alright. Not too much for them. Alrighty, also going to need that. Need this to stir the pasta and to stir it all through when we're done. So we've got about 8 minutes left on that. Quite a bit of time. But I like so the recipe thing that I get for these is something called Pepper Leap, which is a small Australian business. I like them a lot because the recipes are pretty simple like this. You can really easily springboard off them and add things that you want to add if you want. For example, changing the rocket to spinach, or like, adding extra lemon juice, or adding pepper where you need to. But it's just relatively simple and straightforward to bounce to other stuff if you want to bounce to other stuff, which I really like. I like the simplicity of that. Generally, all my meals are done within an hour, and I get to eat. The reason why I decided to start making content about it is because I need to cook anyway. So I was like, what is the easier? Oh, it's a plate. For serving today, why not? Actually, no, we can't because I'm trying something different, so it has to be a different plate. This one's too fat. But yeah, it's a plate. Here's a plate. Just use a regular bowl today because that's not going to fit in my new location to show things off. So I got that from the Pokemon Cafe. I think the mug. I have a mug too. So you order the Eevee dish, and then you get that, and then you get this mug at the same time as like an extra, which is nice, which I will use for tea later on. Hey, by the way, Jake, good to see you. Commenting over on the YouTube side. Hope you're well. I was going to cook anyway. I might as well make some content out of it and like have some fun with it and do something a bit different. If it's popular, cool. If it's not, I don't expect it to be. Oh well, I need to cook anyway, so I might as well have fun with it. Love the apron. Thank you, thank you so much. It's a Monster. This is from Insert Coins. It's a British company, where you can pick them up. And Monster is my jam at the moment. Really good to see you, by the way. Hope you are doing well. Ghost, hey, Ghost, mate, how you doing? Still in the machine over here? Because I know you're at the arcade, that's right. Meowscular Chef, it's so good. It's so good. So good. Like, if you caught yesterday's, I had like a little, which is an interesting thing, a little monster on a plush toys. I guess while this is cooking, because we're going to do one part, I can show you something I got today. So today, these arrived. I'm a huge matcha fanatic. Like, matcha's my jam. All the stuff up there, you can see, is mostly matcha stuff. So these arrived today. The lovely gift set of new matcha cups. I'll be drinking my matcha out of. I'm a bit scared to take them out while I've got stuff cooking, so I won't. But my new matcha. Little tatami mat, little mini tatami mat for my matcha arrived. And this guy, which is like an airtight, really good, made out of wood on the end, airtight case. And on my you get that when you get that. You get that when you get that. When's Facebook going to introduce a cooking category? Goats. Trovo's already done it, which surprises me, but you know. This should be done in a couple more minutes. Just going to keep boiling over, that's fine. Yeah, I've got multi-streaming working, so I've got this live, like, on my Facebook profile, my Facebook page, which I rarely use and need to redo from the start. And my, and Trovo. And then of course YouTube. That's the only one I advertise. It's called Matcha. It's so good. I recommend it highly. Matcha is so good. I got given by Arcane Luna. She gave me this for Christmas. Salted matcha milkshake matcha, which is godlike. But I normally drink pure matcha air-sized ceremony grade, which is the one in here. Airtight container. There you go. Just looks like green powder, because that's what it is, you know. It is good. And I got my new set today. Want to see something else silly Pokemon-wise that came today? So a friend of mine makes custom clothing, and she makes crop tops with Pokemon. So now I have a Magikarp. Magikarp crop top. Which is cool. Yeah. What hanging out's going for? I was really curious about that. Like, I like that because I want to get back on IRL streaming, and that's the way to do it DMCA free. Instead. Seemed to be the way to do it. Because that way you can just still walk around and not have to worry about that so much. I don't know if there's many IRL streamers really on Facebook yet. Good God, thank you so much. I'm going to do some TikToks on, and YouTube Shorts, because they can go on both. And I guess chuck one everywhere. About how I make my matcha lattes and how to do it. Some Dalgona lattes. You need to get a hand whisk for that still. Which is like, you basically get thickened cream and matcha and whisk it for 8 minutes, and then you put the milk in and you stack it with ice, and then you put the cream on top. It's a matcha cream. Looks really cool. They're really nice, trendy looking matcha. So when I make one of them, I just need to go buy a hand whisk, because I've got a bunch of other things. Turns out I don't have a hand whisk. I thought I did. I don't. I was wrong. That's okay. Right, so we've got another 2 minutes on this, and then we'll take it out and we'll start the fish. Again, sorry that I gotta do it one step at a time. Here's what it is. If you want to check this stuff out yourself, Pepperleaf is the company. I think there's a referral link in the stream description if you're watching on YouTube, which I think many of you are. But yeah, check it out for TJ. As expected, it's boiling over. It doesn't matter. It's induction, so it doesn't matter. TikTok matcha content. TikTok is interesting. Like right now I do all my snack content on there. If you see my YouTube shorts, if you haven't seen them, please check them out. I cross-post all them to TikTok, and they actually do better on TikTok. TikTok I can get 300 views on TikTok easy, whereas with YouTube it kind of varies. Depends if the short algorithm picks it up or not. But I'm having heaps of fun making them. I like editing to me is really daunting, but editing a video that's 1 minute or less is not at all daunting and really fun to do. I really enjoy the challenge of getting a whole presentation and explanation within 60 seconds. It's really difficult. But it makes editing really easy, because I know that, you know, I can do it in 2 hours and it's done, it's out. And don't worry about it. But yeah, TikTok's hella fun. I'm doing some Japanese like lessons over there. I did one. My Japanese lessons are currently only on TikTok, because I haven't made thumbnails for them yet. I'll get them on YouTube eventually. But I talked about potential form. Which is like, you know, taberu is to eat, taberareru is to like, I can eat. Taberu is I eat. Taberareru, I can eat. And stuff like that. Now I want to talk about volitional form next, which is like tabeyo, which is like let's eat, let's get excited to eat. Speaking of tabeyo, or in this case, ryorisho, which is like let's cook, stuff like that. So there we go. Jody on the Facebook side says it's amazing. You have to try it out. Thank you so much. I can send you a referral link if you want. You employed a community member to make your TikTok of each stream for $5. Yo, that's a bargain. That's so good. It's such a good idea. How are you finding those going? Are you finding they're going well? That's like a really good idea. I hate editing. I don't like it either. Actually, that's not true. I like it, but it's daunting. But when it's only a minute, I don't mind so much. It's been 9 minutes now, so I'm going to drain this pasta off, and then I'm going to cover it and leave it at the side. Just because I have to somehow do that. I'm going to do this, drain that off. We're going to get out those. We'll lose one to the floor. Floor gloves always need at least one. Quickly wipe off the boiler and change you to... The good thing about induction is that you can just do that, and you're not going to... It's very unlikely you can burn yourself. Even though I was just cooking on the highest temperature this thing does. And then we're going to chuck this on. This is going to start cooking real fast because that's still really hot. So we need to give it a... That's fine. We're going to do that. Let it turn off for a couple bit, and then power back on, and then medium. I'm going to make it go down to 6. I even started with TikTok. Oh, okay. Yeah. Short condensed content the editors and the viewers like. Well, I like my editor. My editor, Ever-sama in Japan, is fantastic. Pay him a fair rate, and he makes really good stuff. But they're 10-minute videos and they're fun, and I enjoy making them, but I'm getting just as much traction doing these 1-minute self-edits, so I'm like, I might as well just do the 1-minute self-edits. Sure, I don't get watch hours from them, nor can I monetize them, but I will do the occasional 10-minute ones. So like, for example, with the Japan crate, you get like 20 items, and then one of them is a DIY. The DIY one I will do with Ever-sama, and do it a bit longer, but all the small ones, where it's like one particular snap or one thing, just do a short. And TikTok. You can also then go to Instagram stories, Facebook stories. So that's why I like it. It's that vertical format, as weird as it is, does let it go. But Erica gives it. Take care, Ghost. Thank you for hacking out. Be well, be well. And I'll see you soon, mate. Thanks for coming and saying hi. Enjoy the rest of your workday. But with TikTok, it's kind of better to put in less in editing. I think that's probably right. I don't think you're incorrect there at all, Beats. It's really accurate, I believe. I just like the editing because it's fun to do. Like, I've made it fun, which has been great. Go check out Ghost, by the way, Facebook partner. I don't know what his Facebook link is, but he's on Facebook. That's my Twitch stream. Ghost is a good egg. But yeah, I find I really enjoy editing for a minute. Screwed up the Curious George so badly. Oh no, I haven't made mine yet. Oh, I'm going to next step. Not bad. This will be almost... I'm going to turn it up 1. Go at 800. Then go from there. So it says 4 to 5 minutes. I'm skeptical with that, but that's what it says, so go with that. We'll make it work. That's fine. That is fine. I guess I should talk about my setup a little bit, because there's a few creators in here probably wondering how I've got things working. So in front of me, I have a Sony AS700, which is the camera. It's an action cam. It's my Gunrun IRL backpack. The mic is just that, but I do have a Zoom H4n to the left, which I'm trying to get rigged up and working. The lighting's now got a ring light, which I got recently, and I have a few other devices in front of me as well. So I have an iPad in front of me for chat, so I can see chat, everything there. That's ready to go. And then I have my phone on a mount, and my phone's a live monitor. Because I'm streaming to Restream, I'm also streaming to an RTMP link and pulling that, so I can see my OBS basically, only a few seconds late, which is really good, which I really like. It's time for me to zoom in to the pan. It is time for us to chuck on these. And get them pulled up a little bit, there we go. And then hold them down for a little bit. Alright, so 6:30 we'll flop them. Getting into motion graphics, interesting, I'd love to see what you're doing. Because as you may have seen, like, I've taken my first foray ever into art, and for me it's been like, yeah, motion graphics, and I've had so much fun making them. I'm not very good at it, but I have a lot of fun doing it. Like, you know, I made my own transition on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and like little VTuber things doing really well, and like learning how to make them WebMs and stuff like that. I never really thought I was too graphically inclined, and I still don't think I am, but I'm still having a fascinating, fun time doing it. I really, really enjoy it. That should be good now, so we can leave that for a bit. 3. So the other stuff, see I've got the phone, which has a live monitor, and then I have a Stream Deck, which allows me to command all the motion graphics, like the moving of the steps up and down, and like the back up and down, the zoom and all that, all via a Stream Deck. Pretty simple. Well, it's not, actually, that's a lot of tech, but, you know, for me, that's pretty simple, because I tend to overkill everything quite a bit. I'm hoping to, you know, fix things up as I go. I can't do a huge amount with the kitchen, unfortunately. It's just the way this house is. But, you know, it's alright. It's alright. I try to make it look clean, still looks like a mess, but that's okay. I ordered a new... look a lot cleaner, because that'll live there. And it'll still cover, there's a power board there, it's still mostly cover the power board. But I can put all like my spices and salt and pepper and stuff in there so I can grab them. Which would be exciting. Oh, thanks, Pete. That means a lot. Coming from somebody who is like very good at graphics like yourself, that really does mean a huge amount. That it looks good. DaVinci Resolve. I'm still annoyed that like the other day I lost my entire template base. I had to start from scratch. But I know I'm getting way better at it because what took me weeks to make, I managed to get it done and then some in like 2 hours. And then make a bunch more templates and do a heap more with it and really optimize, like make them look better and optimize exporting them. So what used to take me forever to do for VTubers, I can now do it at probably 3 times the pace and still get a good result. I know you do streams on learn to do your own. Yeah, I think it's great. Like, learning to do anything gives you an understanding of what it is. The major skill I want to learn this year is an instrument. I'm obviously still learning Japanese and Korean. I start as well this year at university. Like, I really want to learn how to play an instrument, like guitar or hikitaira. I really want to learn how to play guitar. Don't have to be very good at it, I just want to learn how to do what I can, which I think will be fun for me. And give me more of an appreciation for music. As someone who loves music, I can't play an instrument. I just want to learn at least one, if not more than. My dad's really into music. He's like, has an innate talent for music. He loves it. Don't know why I'm starting at 33, but that's okay. Ooh, that was oil hitting my arm. Yeah. Be excited for that. Haven't used DaVinci, but heard good things. A bit like as you got FCP. I got that. That's amazing. Awesome. Well done. Well done, Beeps. Getting Final Cut Pro X and Motion for free. Yeah, DaVinci, you know, I like it because it's free, and there's a $300 version, but like you so rarely would need those things unless you're like pro. It's still free. I would love making. Hey, how you doing, Luke? Good to see you. Salmon looking good. Thank you, my friend. It's almost time to actually let's flip it now. Let's flip it now. Let's flip it now. Let's flip it now. We'll just use 2. Why not? I know me, I don't trust me. Anyways, got that nice golden brown I'm looking for. I like a lot. I like a little bit more golden brown when I'm making things. A bit of a closer look at that. That one. Loving the moss open. Thank you. I love it. It's so good. Insert coins. .co.uk if you want to get one of your own. So that's going to cook through. We've got that nice golden brown going. And then when this is done, we're going to take it off the side and then keep the pan on, and then the next step, which is frying up the rest of it. Frying up the rest of it. I forgot I need to chop tomatoes. I haven't done that. Whoops. I knew I missed something. I'm like, hold on a second. My tomatoes aren't chopped. I probably need to chop those. Let's do that real quick. Not like there's much chopping I'm going to do, but you know. And it can all be on the same board because we are using it all for the one. It's all going at the same time. Doesn't really matter so much. Which is okay. It's all good. Nothing to worry about. See if I get my camera to be better quality, because like the zoom ins obviously don't do very well, but that's fine. Also don't want to buy yet another camera. I have enough of them already. I'm gonna look up how to rig up my thingy. My GoPro. How to make it zoom out using both hands. My Sony AX300 has a delay. There's a delay with the video and audio feed, which means when I actually move the scenes, you guys won't notice it, and it desyncs from the camera, so it actually looks like that I'm doing it with magic. But then you'll also see afterwards, you'll see me like tinkering with it as if I'd already switched. If that makes sense? TLDR latency. Because the IRL backpack is going out to Restream, and then the IRL is going via RTMP to OBS, and then going up, and then there's that delay. Because it needs to go to an RTMP and then back into OBS. So it's going like up, down, then everything's going up. So it's got that extra up, down, which does cause some delays. It causes the occasional breaks that you see there. But it works out. It works out. This is basically done. It doesn't look it, but it basically is. It's going to cook a long way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let that stay hot. Sure thing, enjoy your dinner, peeps. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. Catch up with you at some point. Be well, and I'll see you soon, yeah? You take care. Go catch up now that Corona's done. It's rad. The way I've got it set up is really interesting. Because I had an IRL backpack, might as well use it for something. So what I'm going to do is just to keep the salmon hot. Salmon needs to stay hot. I'm going to get this in some foil. And we're just going to chop it in foil. Just to kind of keep it going. Keep going. And then we're going to make something else using the same one. Alright, so preferably don't lose this to the floor. Wouldn't be the first time I've lost a whole salmon plate to the floor. Ultra sucks when it happens, but I've made it a mistake before. Right, cool. We're just going to cover those. And those will keep cooking a little bit, but most importantly they'll stay warm. Righty, so, steps. Fine, don't worry about it. We are at step 4 of 10, which, you know, seems like a lot, but that's okay. Get that oil, just even it out. Stir it so it's fragrant. So, the garlic we crushed earlier. I'm going to use a small spoon because you have to. It's a bit hard to get the garlic off this thing otherwise. We'll stir that so it's fragrant, which for me is always a bit too long because the smell is warped. That's fine, don't worry about it. There's a little bit more that I'd like to get off if I could. There we go. I'm missing Japan? I totally am. And someone asked before, when do you think we're going to get back to Japan? I didn't catch who said that, but someone asked. It might have been Ghost, actually. I think it'll be next year. But I didn't Tabun. I definitely think it'll be next year. I don't think we'll be going back this year. But I miss Japan, hell. Especially now that I'm doing my degree and studying the language, I'm like missing it more and more every day. I'm already back at class. University summer school has started. I'm doing a summer course with Kobe University. You know, we're already back into it. Today we focused on like yoni narimashita. I want to be like yoni naritai. Like I want to be good at something. I want to be good at cooking. Like 例えば like 料理してにように I think that's correct. Naritai. I have to double check that. Basically, I want to be good at something. So that's not correct. That's not correct. It is 料理できるようになりたいです. I want to get better at being able to cook. Right, that's definitely fragrant now. Oh, smells good. Garlic always does. Next step, which you're going to be adding basically the rest of the stuff in. So tomatoes and the beans, the green beans, you can put these on the side here, which we have not really interacted with at all today. We are now. Something in for 2 minutes, so till 6:36, these guys are going to be doing their thing. Stir them around a little bit. Now remember, this thing gets ultra hot, so be a bit careful. What other projects we've got going on? Mostly just YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and this, and then game streams. Still a lot. Keeps me very busy. I've had no free time today. I have been doing. But I happen to enjoy that. So that's like something that I like. Probably about to cover my pasta. It's gotten now cold. Oh well, that's fine. Do it now. I'll just have to heat it up somehow. Doesn't matter. I personally don't mind room temperature pasta, so I'll just olive oil it. I didn't think olive oil actually to do that too, because we want to not have it all stick together. The olive oil goes along with that. Just like it. That's fine. That's fine. This is almost done, which means it'll be almost time for step 6. Which is when it wants to pop up, adding the antipasto, which is this stuff, and then stirring it till it's hot. Which is basically a few seconds, because of how hot this thing gets. Which is pretty much now. So we're going to get in the, almost really, so move some of this out of the way, and you. There's a knife. You actually do need the knife to cut the salmon, so don't. We do. You're going in goes the antipasto mix, and then all the olive as well. The more finely chopped olive. Again, it says to chop it a little bit, but I like it finely chopped. When it comes to recipes, you just do what you like. You don't have to follow them 100%. I'm going to stir that for like 30 seconds to a minute. Tops. And then this is done. We can go on to the next step. Which this is a 10 step. I try and make 10 steps every time. The 10th step being eat. But you know, it's got to be there. Basically, we're going to be combining everything together in a little bit. So we combine it with the antipasto mixture and the rocket. So, which is that there. So we combine all that momentarily. Which means I'm going to leave it in that draining one because that way any of the extra oil will drain out. Because you'll be putting more oil on when it comes to serving time. So I have to be a little bit careful because the olive mixture required as well. That's not going to work. I'll get a large bowl instead. Large bowl. Pasta in. Pasta's in a large bowl. This is now going to be good. Chuck all that in. Don't need you on anymore. Done with you, done with you. You can go, actually I have this knife for this purpose. So you can go there and not burn my desk. I'm going to move you around a little bit. We're almost done. Yeah, almost done. It's a great idea. It's ultra fun. Like, I need to cook anyway. At the end of the day, I need to eat. So I might as well just do it. Like, there's no reason why I wouldn't want to do it. I'm just doing it cooked, so might as well do it anyway. Right. Get the rocket in again. You can use spinach instead. I'd probably recommend it, but rocket's what they sent. I didn't want to walk up to the store in 38-degree heat to go buy spinach. So we're just dealing with rocket today. Rocket's a bit bitter for me. Not a huge fan of it, but I find in this it kind of works. So we're almost done. We're almost done. We're just going to do the last part with the salmon, and then we're good to go. So this is going to heat the pasta back up too. Thankfully, look at that. Looks amazing. Me coughing is slightly less amazing. That is the light. That is not the right thing to unplug. Whoops, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. There you go, light's back. Magic. Magic. Get this out of the way. I don't want to put it there. Just needs to be out of the way. We can try over here. Magic. Easy done. Problem solved. Okay. So we can go back to our normal view and then do the last thing we need to do, which is flake the salmon. So I'm going to flip the cutting board around because this side has, you can see, spikes on there. Are really good for holding meat in place as I cut. So we're going to get out our wonderful, wonderful salmon there. And we're going to basically just softly tear it apart into small chunks. Not too hard for us to do. I'm going to keep those juices. They're going to go into the pasta right now because they are delicious. Don't waste any of those. Throw that in the bin. Go back to the cutting board, and then we're going to get my knife and just very gently flake it into small bits like so. It's nice and pink in the center, which is what I like with salmon. Watched any anime lately? Attack on Titan final season, but that's it. Not from lack of interest, but from lack of time. As I was saying before, I've been really, really busy with all these new projects I'm doing. Like the YouTube shorts, I try and do 1 or 2 of them a day if I can. I haven't the last few days. Then cooking streams I've been setting up, and I do gaming streams, and the Monster Hunter Rise demo's out now. I want to play that. So I've had very little time to play or to watch anime. It's kind of one of those, like, something had to go and that was going to be it, which is a shame because I want to start doing YouTube shorts about anime, which is something, and like talking about anime and entering the AniTuber space. It's something that I really always wanted to do when I was younger and just fell into games by accident. But I've got the opportunity to kind of change fields again, so I'm like, let's get into anime. Okay, so I've accidentally kind of torn this more up into like a heap of stuff, which seems like a bad idea, but it's really not. It's just going to spread in there rather nicely. So we're going to pour it all. I might as well just bring this back here. Pour this all in. And then stir it up, and then we're basically done, which is great. Then I'll plate it, and then we'll go to the plating camera, because of course I have another camera for that entirely. And then I'll eat some, and then we will stop stream until 8, and 8... Oh, 8:30 I think actually, 8:30 come back again, and I'll take like an hour and a bit off. I'll probably watch some anime during that time actually. Coming for Rise, dude, the demo's out. If you haven't played the demo yet, get on it. We're going to do the demo probably tonight or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, I didn't really set up enough today, I would have liked. I got, I'm going to my uni homework and stuff still, and some practice on that. So, we'll see. We will see. Okay, just going to stir this up. Let me just slowly, because if I overstir it, that's how you fling food all over your kitchen. I say speaking from experience. I can move that a little bit closer to the camera so you can all see it. And then we will plate momentarily. Revive Snap 30. Twitch has been doing good, but YouTube's kind of fallen to the wayside. You've also been busy with other ventures, haven't you? It's always hard. It's hard. I'm a one-man show. I'm doing it all alone. So, like, it's been really hard to, like, do it all. But, you know, I also enjoy it. I have no fancy plate to use today because they're all dirty still, unfortunately. And I think the Pikachu plate will be... Actually, let's make a tiny serving. Let's make a tiny serving. Because why not? Actually, that's too tiny. Let's make a tiny serving. Why not? I'll make a tiny one, and then I'll eat some off myself later. I will make some myself later on. I should have halved the... I forgot to halve them, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. So they're going to stand out as like really large. But that's fine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Alright. Boom, we're almost there. Get a little bit more salmon in there. There we go. And then we'll pile up just a little bit more. Because I'll eat like 3 plates of this. I'm going to go get the plating camera ready. It makes sense in a moment. And let's plate it up. Give me 1 sec. So I totally forgot that the battery fell out of my serving camera, but that's okay. There we go. That would normally be zoomed in and spinning and stuff. Right now it's not because I didn't get time to, because I've still made some errors with it. But that is it. That is our dish. Let me zoom in. I can do that. There you go, look at that. Look how good that is. I can actually... This. Yeah, I can get a nice screenshot of that. That looks amazing. That looks delish. Here, a screenshot of it. That looks delish. Let me go get a fork. Use our Kirby fork today, because why not? Boom. There we are. We did it. We have food. Itadakimasu. I forgot about the lemon, but it's really good. It's really good. The salmon's cooked right the way I want it. Pasta's good. Cooked out well. Reheated just enough. Normally I'm not a huge rocket guy, but the Antipasto has dimmed the rocket quite a bit. All in all, it's a good meal. I am very happy with it. So again, this was salmon and rocket Antipasto penne. If you are on YouTube, you can get the ingredients and stuff for this yourself. There is a recommendation link in the description with a link of where you can get stuff. I'm going to chill and eat. And we'll be live again in about just under 2 hours with some Genshin Impact for tonight. And I might try and get Montana Rise downloaded at the same time. We'll see how we go. I'm going to chill and eat. I don't normally eat the whole meal when I'm streaming. I just like do a bit at the end. At the game room, thank you so much. I can show you it a bit better. Unfortunately, I've still got my teleprompter on. That's the wrong zoom. That's the wrong zoom too. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. Is my proper... I should have a zoomed out as well, but I don't. Sorry, I thought I did. Evidently I don't. But yeah, normally when the teleprompter's not on, you can zoom way further out and you can see a lot more. Actually, I'll probably fix that real quick. Give me a sec. If I go this one, is that one? I go this. F. Oh, hold on. That's not right. That's not right. That's the problem. F. There we go. So yeah, ignore the things on the side. But yeah, that's the full room. But yeah, the teleprompter's still on there, so it looks a bit weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's always good. I'll see you in a couple hours for some Genshin. That is the wrong scene. That's not, though. Have a good one. See you later.